Well, folks, I had to make an adjustment to the alternator. It was on this pulley here. It wasn't allowing my belt to drop down in there. So I had to go down to visit my uncle. And we managed to find a pulley that will allow this belt to go in. It's a little bit wobbly, but it ain't bad. No, he was telling me that they'll all wobble anyway. So at least now this belt will actually drop down like it's supposed to. So now it's just getting the alternator hooked back up, which that ain't hard. It's just a bolt up here, a bolt down here, and then this wire, and then hooking up the battery, which none of that's hard though. But I am going to have to loosen this piece. This here's what was holding my generator on. And I know this bracket here ain't the greatest. I had to put this on yesterday because the belt was getting up against the fan. Because of that pulley kept allowing the belt to slip off. So I had to use this here to help hold the alternator back. Which hopefully after this I won't need this. But I just ran it back here to the mechanical lift on the tractor. I don't use that portion anyway, so it ain't like that was a huge deal. But anyhow, I'm going to set up the camera and hopefully you can see what all's going on. Maybe up against here, maybe. No. On this tractor, it's kind of hard spots to figure out where to put the camera out. Since I don't have the GoPro with me, I don't even know where the GoPro's at, so I can't put that on my head to show that. We'll show what I'm doing with that. So it's just trying to figure out what to do other than that. Maybe in behind the fan here, like so, and then just pull this up out of my way. There you all go. Maybe you can actually see what's going on now. But I can't even read the wrench because of the rust. But just whatever size this is. But anyhow, all of these here are the same size nuts that I need. And this is upside down. But just to raise this up, it's just this one bolt here. After that, it's just loosening, which ain't hard. Just turning the wrench. And then pulling this up some more. Making sure your other bolt don't get in the way. And then bringing this back in to tighten her up. You might have to put your finger in to hold it if you're using one of these socket wrenches like this, where it's a regular wrench on one side and a one-way socket on the other. Then from there, lining up your hole, which there that is. That way the belt's tight. Here's my, oh, hey Bubba. Here's the bolt that came with the alternator. Just put that through your bracket hole. Get it lined up. Once it's lined up, then you just screw it in. As long as everything stays straight. Get that screwed in. which I'm just going to get it where it started for now, so that I can focus on getting everything else bolted up. Keeping everything in alignment. Which I might have to lower that down some, which can just be done just by getting like a crescent wrench or something and just tapping it. You don't need to bang on it real hard or nothing like that. It just takes a few taps, get things to drop down into place, and then you'll be taking your wrench, just tightening everything up. I prefer to use the socket section of it. Just because for me it's a little bit easier to do. Especially in tight spots like this. And remember to turn your socket around. Folks, I do these videos raw, if you're wondering. And what I mean by raw is there's usually not any edits done to make it look like I know what I'm doing. But it's usually me doing it of how I know how to do it normally. It's usually first attempts only. I usually try not to go through and record for YouTube like 2 or 3 times for just a single video. That's not how I prefer things. I prefer to show the raw video so that you see my flaws, and for the younger people out there, you also can work on this type of equipment. Folks, I'm only 18, for if anyone was wondering, and with me only being 18 and learning how to work on this, that should inspire a few of you. Hopefully I don't need this baling twine anymore, because hopefully all of this stuff stays up a little bit tighter now. Last night it was flopping around, and this belt was getting into my fan, which was making an awful noise. Find my phone. For this bolt down here, normally I would use this here, but since I can't get it in, I'm just going to use the regular wrench end. Just go through, tighten it up if you need to, turn your wrench over. For those who don't know, you can bring the wrench up like this, turn it over, get even more leverage, and bring it up again. And for those who are seasoned mechanics, no, it might look like I know what I'm doing, but trust me, I'm definitely learning on this type of equipment. So for me, it's a learning curve. For some of you, you can probably do it with your eyes shut. But as you can see, alternator's nice and tight on the tractor. Matter of fact, I was moving the entire tractor there. So now, it's time for this piece here. Now to actually find the piece with that little bolt that will actually come down on top of here. I didn't think I took it all the way off. At least I didn't recall taking it off. I think I found out what happened to my nut here. whenever I was down at my uncle's, I had the thing with me, and I think it might have fell off down there at my uncle's. So, other than that, I guess this little thing is on pause until I find a nut for it. Whenever I do, it's just simple as just screwing this on, and your alternator's hooked up. Then from there, you just hook up your battery, and then you're done. But other than that, it's really nothing to it. Switching it over on the Oliver 70, it's just taking your generator off. Just one wire for your generator. Well, it should be just one wire going up to your regulator. Though making that a 12-volt system. And then going through and just taking that off and putting this on this little spot here, or wherever your input is for your alternator, and then just bolting everything up. But other than that, thanks for watching, everybody, and God bless. And I hope you all enjoyed.